eye up in out into this other individual's face, and basically this is going to be the turmoil. The thing that we've seen so far is going to be the turmoil that has happened in our main character's head, and it will be, yeah, as you'll see in the next few slides, it will become a little bit more clearer. So yeah, he'll be an individual, the same guy, and he'll be looking really miserable. And so we've zoomed out, we've seen his facial expressions. There's going to be a lot of close shots here just to see the depression inside him. Basically, this guy, we're not too sure how we're going to clothe him yet, but we're thinking kind of smartly presented, yet still quite scruffy, because we're looking for an individual that he knows what's going on. He's quite an intellectual, but however, he's going to be depressed and just not going to know where his mind is at. So yeah, from number 2, we're going to have, yeah, lots more hand gestures, worried and everything. As the scene progresses, we're going to have the actor take out a notepad or a piece of paper, scrap and a pen and start writing. So still the audience is left not knowing actually how this is going to progress. Well, of course, in scene 4 you can see more lip syncing, so we don't want to forget that this is a music video and it does actually need to have the individual actually singing. So yeah, number 5, we see the individual get up off the stool and go around, and with the use of like props and mise-en-scene such as the bottles and everything, we can actually see that maybe alcohol is involved, or that there is an actual underlying problem going on here. So the individual, yeah, we see him go around to the table, but we're not too sure what for yet. We then want flickers, flashbacks, so yeah, screenshots from different transitions through back to inside the mind, so that back into reality, so that there is still this evil character still lurking around that is causing. Black t-shirt, yeah, he's still here. Still, he's actually defeated the white t-shirt. He's now become the actual main character in our real life, and he's, yeah, causing the individual to go through with this process. And as we can see, number 2 and 3, it's to commit suicide. So the black t-shirt, as he's defeated, he's just become too much of a stronger power to allow for our real actor to actually carry on. So basically, yeah, we'll have a rope. We'll make sure that we go through the actual risk assessments and the needed precautions in order for our actor not to actually cause any harm to himself. So yeah, as you can see through 2 and 3, we've still changed the shot, so there is another zoom in, so we can actually see the individual's face and the upset and turmoil. Go back to 4 as well, just as it gets more intense with the scene, we'll do the transition shots more faster, more rapidly, and this is going to increase hopefully the audience heart rate as the faster the scene progresses, so it's a lot more stress and worry going on. 5, you can see that our actor actually will put the noose on his neck, and yeah, 6, it's kind of almost more symbolic that we can't see any of the actor in this scene because we're not too sure if he's actually going to go through with it. So yeah. And we thought, other than faces, a lot of body parts can actually show more kind of emotions. So if we have like clenching fists, it's almost fear as well as like anguish and everything, anger almost in himself that he's allowed to get himself to this point. So yeah, number 2 is going to be quite an emotional scene, and this is where we're going to have, we thought, other than 1 being a practical sense of actually trying an attempt of hanging the individual, it's not going to look as realistic because we're not going to be able to actually go through with it, and 2, it's just more, I think, almost grimace, the actual fact that we actually only see the feet and how they twitch. So yeah, a lot of things that are unseen can be often more thought-provoking for the individual, and audience can actually conjure up in their own mind. 3, we're going to have a close-up of the rope, and at this point it will snap, and as you can see, the 4, our actor will tumble to the ground, and so far we only think he's unconscious or has died. We're not too sure yet. But in 5, we'll start seeing a little bit more pulsating in the hands, so we can see that life is coming back into them. And this is going to sum up the kind of battle that is still going on in the individual's head. And 6, we're going to go back to how we've started the scene, and we'll do the reverse, and we'll have a zoom in shot into the eye. From this, we're going to replay basically everything that you've already seen as the individual, so back to the start. So yeah, you can see from this point on and how it's all occurred to the end basically. And yeah, and then we'll start. So basically, where the individual at the beginning, they walk in and sit down, we're going to have the black t-shirt guy sitting down on the floor. And yeah, so number 1 will be wearing a black t-shirt, and he's on the floor. And because he's conquered death, this was not meant to be. We'll see throughout 2 and 3 that the white t-shirt guy will actually come out from inside himself. So he's actually defeated. This will be done through a process of editing. We're going to have to film. We're going to have to film the individual both wearing their black and white t-shirt in the exact same position, and try and keep them as still as possible for it to look as most effective. Then what we'll do, we'll overlap the scenes, and we'll have the white guy coming out, but it will just be do with filters and light transitions and to overlay them. So it will have a lot lighter effect, but that's almost good in a sense because light has conquered dark. So thank you very much for listening. I hope that was all right.